Today, you're going to be working on your flower painting, and you're going to be using acrylic paints. Now, before you begin to paint, I did ask you to do a rough sketch. So hopefully you did get started on that. But if you didn't get started on it or you lost it, that's fine. You'll have some time to work on the rough sketch today. So as far as the rough sketch goes, I want you to think about what kind of flowers you're going to use. Are you going to use daisies or roses or lilacs? Whatever flowers that you want to use are okay. You can look on the internet on your Chromebook, or you can use your phone to find pictures of flowers or even drawings or paintings of flowers that you want to use in your acrylic painting. I also want you to think about the background. Especially, I want you to think about the patterns, the textures that you're going to use as well. If you're going to have a vase, is the vase going to have stripes? The background, is it going to be, a brick wall? Is it going to be cheetah fur? Think about those textures. That's going to be really important. I also want you to think about what colors you're going to use. Are you going to use the 3 primary colors? Are you going to use the primary colors and the secondary colors? Are you going to try and be more freestyle about it and just mix up colors as you go along? That is all part of a plan which I want you to create. Now, once you finish the rough sketch, I want you to come talk to me. And before you do that, I want you to make a list of these 5 elements of art: shape, line, texture, color, and space. Now, it could be on the back of your rough sketch. That's fine. It could be on the front, whichever you prefer. But I want you to make this list, and I want you to write down the basic thing you're going to do for your painting. So, for example, shape. The shapes are going to be organic for flowers. Maybe I'm going to have some triangles and circles, or maybe I'm going to have all organic freeform shapes. That's up to you. The lines. I'm going to have all wavy and curvy lines because, the flowers have curvy lines. Maybe the vase is going to be curvy too. The table is going to be curvy. Everything's going to be wavy and curvy. Or maybe you want to make all straight lines, okay? But if you do, make sure you just write that down. The texture is going to be normal for flowers, but the background, I'm going to have cheetah fur and a brick wall. The colors I'm going to use: blue, red, yellow, black, and purple. The space, the front will be the flowers and the background will be different shapes and textures. Okay, you could also say something like the front will be the flowers, but the background will be a nice big sky with, clouds and birds in the background. Okay, so all of this is up to you, but I just want you to make a quick list, write that down, and then after that, I want you to talk to me just for a minute. Tell me what your plan is. And then after that, I will give you a sheet of canvas paper, and I want you to start working on your outline. Now, as I said before, I don't expect you to make a painting exactly like this, but I do want you to consider making a painting in the style of Adrienne Hawthorne, because she uses acrylic paints. She's mixing up the paint. She's not trying to be too detailed. And I don't want you to be too detailed either, okay? Now, it is your choice, though. If you want to have more realistic type of flowers or wilting flowers, that's up to you, okay? But I want you to try and keep it simple. Now, once you're ready to do your outline, you'll start off with the background first, the basic lines, the basic shapes in the background. And then you go on to do the foreground, okay? I want you to do it in pencil. So if you need to borrow a pencil, please ask me to borrow a pencil. If you have your own pencil, that's fine. But do it lightly, okay? So you can erase if you need to erase. When you use acrylic paint, the paint is going to go over these lines. Eventually, you're not going to see the pencil lines. But it's better if you start off light. After that, you can finish putting in, for the most part, the details. You don't have to be super detailed because the paint, as I said, is going to cover it anyway. But I do want you to go ahead and go in with the details in the outline. And once you've finished with the outline, you can go ahead and get started on the background. A nice wash would be good, okay? Don't try and put in all the details, though, in the background first. Make it light, put in the wash in the background, and then you can continue on with your painting. But you probably won't have time to start today, and if you did get started, it'll probably only be a little bit of the painting, just like this. All right? So if you have any questions, let me know.